What's going on, mi gente? Louis the Boiler Man here. Guys, we're here in Boulder, New York, and we're about to do a compressor changeout. So when the condenser is all in place, you gotta take off the cover, make sure you cut some the wire ties to give it some slack. You know, so you have some room to work with. So we're gonna replace the compressor, and prior to changing the compressor, you have to remove the refrigerant. So we already did that. We recovered the refrigerant already. Also, we have what's called a core remover or a Schrader valve remover. It looks something like this. So whenever you're doing a change out, when you're actually welding, in this case brazing, you create pressure. And guess what? The pressure is greater inside and wants to come out. So you want to remove the Schrader valves so any pressure is being relieved through the Schrader or the core port, which is right here. Let me show you guys. We call this an access port. And then it's very simple. You remove the Schrader valve, which I have already done, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It looks something like this. You guys probably seen this in your bikes, in a bicycle. But yeah, you want to remove that. So if you're brazing and the pressure is greater inside, you're never gonna seal that hole. So you have to remove those Schrader valves. Just a little FYI. All right, guys, we're about to get started momentarily. And just to give you a little sneak peek, we're about to remove the liquid line and the suction line. So I'm gonna use this turbo torch, with something like this. I'm gonna heat up these joints. Now when it gets very hot, I'm gonna take them out. And of course, we're gonna replace the compressor and rebraze the joints again. Just that simple. Stay tuned, guys. We got fire, baby, we got fire! So guys, this is what it is. This is what it takes to remove a compressor. So I haven't done this in a while, but I still got it, papa. Mi gente, guys, we just finished installing a compressor. We just about to wrap it up, so I want to give you a little sneak preview of what was done. So we installed the compressor, we brazed in the liquid line, the suction line, we connected the wiring. You always got to check for leaks. I know guys like to cut this corner, but again, whenever you finish installing a compressor and you're brazing and you're done, you got to charge over nitrogen. So as you guys can see, we have a nitrogen tank right here. I personally like to put double the working capacity pressure. So this is an R22 system. I know a lot of guys out there going to say, Louis, what are you doing with an R22 system? Listen, the customer wants to change the compressor. I'm not going to tell him no, because he wants to keep his budget as low as possible. But that's besides the point. But we do pump the system with nitrogen. Right now we're at 275 PSIs. I use this blue, it's called Big Blue. You guys get at Johnstone, a local vendor. And we use this to check for leaks. So we put it on the liquid line, the suction line, just like this. I personally sometimes like to do this, so it keeps the liquid in the bottom. And if there's any leaks, you will see any bubbles. And the same thing with this. All right. We've been doing this for the past 15-20 minutes, so I know it's not leaking. So I want to show you guys the techniques and what we do to look for leaks. It's not that hard. So all you gotta do is just follow the process. If you follow the process, everything will go smooth. And the next process will be charge the unit up with some R22. We're good to go.